And welcome to Callie's Life. I am going to be working on some budget friendly ideas today. I have decided to make my own laundry soap. It is a pretty simple way to save a few dollars on laundry soap, and with Amazon shipping, I can have it right to my door so I don't have to lug things to and from. So that's a nice little advantage to having door service. So I'm going to start off with this little item today. I have ordered a 3-pack of ingredients, and one is the 20 mule borax box, and I used one whole box. I just dumped it right in here. Now, I did have a little bit of an issue with this when it came. There was some moisture loss, so it was like a huge brick. I have overcome the brick of borax, and I just used a really sharp knife, and I broke it up enough and blender, and it worked overtime today. This was an $8 yard sale find. I've used it for 2 years and definitely got my money's worth. So that's also another way I save a little bit of money at yard sale and thrift shop and things like that. And I come across some really great deals. The next ingredient is going to be a whole box of this super washing soda from Arm & Hammer. And I put the whole box in there. This one actually was just fine, granulated. I put it in, mixed it in with that borax. And then I had 4 bars of Fels-Naptha soap, and I had to grate it, which wasn't working very quickly. So I turned to chopping it into little pieces, and I also put that in the NutriBullet and ground it down. Once I got everything to a small size, I put it all back in the NutriBullet and blended it down, and I have a nice fine powder. I think that as long as I keep this airtight with a nice lid, then it won't clump up again, and if it does, I can just break it up. But for pennies on the dollar, I have a lot of laundry soap. It cost me $25 for all the ingredients, and I can probably get 400 loads out of this. I use just 1 teaspoon per wash. Sometimes Chad comes home and he's got a lot of farm smell, or he gets really dirty out cutting wood, so maybe on the really super dirty loads I might use 2 teaspoons. But not bad. It's going to save me a little bit of money on laundry soap. Also, a little bit of effort on getting things to and from the house. Now that I have done this before, I'm going to anticipate a food processor, a very nice one, possibly for Christmas from my fella, because the NutriBullet, although it worked really well, it just took a little bit more time, and I don't always have that much time. So it was just a hair time consuming because I had to do such small batches, but if I had a regular size processor, I think that would have been fine. And almost everyone has one of those. I just happen to have been in a tiny apartment and not needed any major appliances. So now that we have a little bit more room, I'll start to gain those items. So I'm going to take a little cocktail break since I decided to June cleaver it up and make my own laundry soap, and the next project is going to be making my own hand soap. I decided to make myself a little martini. Gin martini. I did an ounce of gin with a little bit of olive juice and 2 feta stuffed green olives. Very dry martini, which means no vermouth. It's pretty much olive juice and gin, and it's perfect. I think June Cleaver would agree. You know, she had like 5 martinis before her husband came home. Then she made a fresh one for him. Anyway, let's move on to the hand soap. I decided to use Dr. Bronner's, the peppermint smell. I really enjoy it. There are other flavors, other scents. There are other scents to choose from. There's also a neutral one, and if you'd like, you could add in your favorite essential oil. I would just probably put a drop or two into it, but I decided that I like just the peppermint, so I used an ounce of the drbronners, and I bought these air pumps from Amazon as well. They have a little chamber here, and it creates air, and so it makes the hand soap foaming. So I'm just going to add 1 ounce of the drbronners and 1 1/4 cup of distilled water. So when you're filling these ones up, just be sure, I'll leave a link in the description for all the products that you can get through Amazon. I do get a small commission off of the sales. It doesn't cost any more than it would if you found the item on Amazon, but because you click it in my link, then I get a small percentage, and that'll help me continue to make more videos in the future. So just to make sure that you have a note, the fluid level is just under the cap, but that is going to allow for the aerator to fit inside. And just going to screw that on here and give it a light little shake. This container I really did like because it's a nice color. It does the foam, and it also has a locking mechanism, and you just turn the nozzle to one side and it opens. So if you have small children who sometimes get into the soap, you can lock these down until you want to wash your hands with your kids. If you have small kids, sometimes they just will go in the bathroom and play. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of there we go, foaming hand soap, pretty easy. I also liked that this came with 3 bottles, and so I can have one in my kitchen, bathroom, and then if I can have also one ready for the refill. I don't have to bring out any of the ingredients to make it again. They also came with a cute little chalk sticker, so I can write on here whatever scent I decide to use. I think actually I'm going to use one of these for my beautiful laundry soap container. Also, I wanted to point out, I found this souvenir of Atlantic Canada, and it says, "What's your limit?" It's a little worn off, but I found it at an antique store on one of my travels, and it has some funny little sayings. So this is for the drinker. 1 ounce is a fisherman, 2 ounces is a sailor, 3 ounces are a blue noser, and a 4 ounce shot is called a herring cocker. Interesting. So at some point in time, somebody was called a herring cocker, and they took a shot of 4 ounces of booze all at one time. Wow. Anyway, I thought it was a nifty little treasure to show with you. I do come across some nice vintage finds. I'm always out for a bargain. And I'm working on this series that I'm starting with this video for budget-friendly ideas, tips, tricks, and things like that. And I'll put it in a playlist so that you can choose to watch a few episodes if you have the time. Or you can go to the cooking section, and that also has a playlist, so you can click on those videos, and then it'll show you each of my cooking videos in succession. I'll be having video up once a week on Wednesdays. I'm going to explore a few more options. I'm doing some handy projects around the house. I'm a very handy girl. I like to do things myself. I like to find free things and fix them up and make them pretty again. So I will also include those in the coming months. So I hope you enjoyed watching me today, and I can't wait to see you again sometime soon. Cheers! Like and subscribe to the channel if you can. If you have any trouble subscribing or are unsure how to do it, please put a comment down below and I'll see it, and I'll try to describe a walkthrough of how you should go about subscribing. Also, my picture is going to pop up here in just a few moments, and you can click on the picture. That will also help you subscribe. Thanks again. Cheers. Have a good day.